All right, for sure. So,
Hi.
Hi.
There were two. Then there were two.
And then there were two. How's it going, everybody?
Hello.
So what's the deal? Welcome to Plug Talk.
Hi.
This is my little
Thanks for
show.
having me.
Oh, of course. Thank you for coming.
Of course. Okay. I'm Jasmine.
Oh,
Yeah.
tell them where the people could say where the people could find you at.
Okay. So my socials. Oh wait, let me get out my face. I forgot we were recording too.
You all good? If it's gonna take right here.
I am on Instagram. My Instagram is Jasmine Dominique, Jasmine, and then Dominique __. But by the time you get to Dominique, it's really just me. So Jasmine Dominique. And my Twitter is JazzyFaye, JazzieyFaye. And I think that's my two mains. I don't really use anything else.
Oh shit! I mean, it's up to you.
I don't have Snapchat and shit. So, can I cuss? I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Okay.
if you can, not too much. But nah, trust me. I noticed one episode. I was just talking. Yeah, yeah. Nah, I was. Trust me. I didn't realize I was in one show just like, damn, I cuss a lot. Like, I need to tone this down.
Bad, but I used to work with kids, so I would really I can't cuss type thing. So sometimes I'd be like, they would do some stuff and you forget, you're not my friend.
Oh yeah, trust me.
I'm watching you. You're not my friend. I can't.
Oh my gosh, I know how that is. I babysat so many kids,
yeah.
And it's just all I don't know. Sometimes it's not hard watching other people's kids, but I could imagine at a little preschool or something.
I loved it.
Yeah,
it was tight. Yeah, I mean they're not all cool, but the ones that you find that are your babies, they make it all worth it. My gosh, yeah. I'm thinking of Wesley. I love Wesley. He was
shout out Wesley.
Yeah, Wesley. That's my guy. He was in kindergarten, so he's gonna be in first grade this year.
Shout out Wesley.
Yeah, Wesley. I love you. He's cool. He's the coolest kid ever. But not all of them are like Wesley. So then you're when you're dealing with those ones, sometimes you're oh gosh, this is still a job.
Yeah.
There's not, sometimes you're dealing with kids.
Yeah.
But it's okay. I loved it because every day was different.
That's good.
Even with the kids that are bad, every day was still different. And they're kids at the end of the day. So they might be bad, but eventually they have their good points.
Yeah.
Cool,
No, they do some cool things. You're oh, that was actually really cool. Shout out to kids like Wesley, though.
Oh, yeah, Wesley, my dog. Wesley for life.
Wesley for life.
Yeah, wherever you are. I'm going to find him again. I'm determined. I used to have his mom's number. His mom really liked me. And we connected, and then I was supposed to watch him on my own. She wanted me to babysit him. I was of course I'll take Wesley.
Yeah.
And then I stopped working there before that day came. It was she asked me a month in advance, and then I stopped working there.
Mm-hmm.
And then I hit her up on the number that she gave me, and the number wasn't working. I lost him. Talk about heartbreak. I mean, he was just ripped out of my life.
I'm already knowing.
Yeah. So that sucked. Wesley, wherever you are, I'm gonna find you.
You know how the universe works. Everything will come back around.
And I have pictures of you in my phone, so if you don't remember me, I'm gonna be look, we were best friends.
Fire.
Yeah, that's my guy.
That was a little deep. My heart.
I know. Wherever you are, Wesley, I'm looking for you. Okay.
That's fire. Hell yeah. So, what do you do?
Okay. Nothing. I'm kidding. I feel I do so much that I feel I do nothing because I'm interested in so much that it's can I even claim this? Because I'm not as deep in it as I really wish I was. I wish I was a master.
I feel that.
So I would say first, I'm an artist.
Okay.
To be general. I'm a painter. I sketch. I originally all my life, since I was kindergarten, literally. I remember I got really close with my art teacher in elementary school.
Yeah.
She was a black lady, and so I think looking back now, rest in peace, I think she was a kindred spirit. I think she really saw me and saw what I could be, and just took me under her wing. And she literally she would take me after school. I was supposed to be in Safe Key.
Mm-hmm.
She would take me out of Safe Key and pull me in the art room and just put me on. I don't even know. Yeah. And so she was super cool. She taught me everything. She taught me how to spell my last name. That's how young we were. I was in second grade and I still didn't know how to spell my last name. And she was Jasmine. I just remember her looking at me you have to really, it was because I would never put my name on my work, and she really liked my work.
Mm-hmm.
You have to put your name, blah, blah, your full name. And I never did. I would just put M because I didn't know how to spell my last name. So I probably had to tell her, I don't know how to spell my last name. She was Jazz. I remember we got that together real quick. She fixed it that day.
That's fire.
But yeah, she's super cool. So I'm an artist. That's been all my life. I got into like film when I was in high school, and I liked being behind the camera. That's like what introduced me to like the idea of real life art, you know, like not still life, I guess.
Not still life. All right, so what you mean by that, like painting on somebody?
No. So like I mean like the idea, because I model now, and I'm probably more known for like modeling now than anything else, but I started out me behind the camera, you know what I mean? So like dealing with like real world textures and the idea of a lens, and like learning what any of that was, how a camera even worked, what light even had to do with anything, you know what I mean? So I got into that in high school, and then I started modeling when I got into college, and then really my camera got stolen. I had a really nice camera.
What camera was it?
Stolen. It was a Nikon D5800, like the one that the screen comes out with my graduation gift, bro.
Oh man, hey, if you're out there and you stole that,
well, the guy's like dead now. So rest in peace.
See what happens when you steal?
I know.
Kids?
Look, and I couldn't be happy about it, but I was just like,
it's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. I was just like,
man.
Yeah, that's not funny at all. Rest in peace, because it was
No, rest in peace. All jokes aside.
For sure, but. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's who did it. So
damn.
Years later that happened, but that's why I kind of stopped with being behind the camera, and then I got into modeling like when I was in 2019. So I was 21.
Nice.
And I'm 23 now.
So nice. Hey, I'm 23 too.
Hey, 98.
Hey, 97, baby.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, I'm out here.
You're gonna be 24. When's your birthday?
October 27th.
What are you, a Scorpio?
Yeah.
Oh.
What? Oh. All right. Nah, I gotta ask that. Okay, that's one of the biggest things. What's the thing with Scorpios? Because every time I say, like, at this point, I feel like lying, like about my.
I feel like no. Because
everybody.
Scorpios are cool. I mean, y'all rep yourselves really hard, and I think that's interesting because I'm a Leo, and I feel like we get a lot of shit for like naturally being confident, I guess.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Just like I feel like y'all are more boastful about being Scorpios than Leos are about being Leos. Like for us to be the ones that are supposed to be like confident, like we're not like. I mean, if I say Leo gang, the Leo's gonna turn up. But
yeah, hey, if you Leo gang, like put it in the comments.
They be deep. Like Scorpios really ride for each other. Like, you're a Scorpio? Oh shit, you know, like yeah. And I was like super close with a Scorpio, so I think Scorpios are cool. I have no problems with y'all. I heard that you guys are like freaks. I don't know.
Something like that.
That's the thing that stands out most to me about Scorpio that I hear, you know. Mm-hmm. But the one I was close to, we were like best. Like she was a girl, so I don't know. She was cool.
I feel that. No, that's fire. That's dope. You could have a good like encounter with one because like.
Yeah, and we were very similar. We got along very well. So like. Yeah, I think I get along with Scorpios.
Hell yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty lit. I'm a pretty simple guy. I just be getting to the paper.
Yeah.
Doing something.
Yeah, creative.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And now, okay, so then I should end it with now I model. So that I guess would be my, not first, painting is always going to be my first love, but that's probably my most, that's the car that's going the fastest right now.
Okay.
My modeling car.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like how you put that. That was dope.
Yeah. So, add me on Instagram, Jasmine Dominique.
Hell yeah.
So, yeah.
So, do you do like digital art too?
Yes. Oh, yeah. I'm into the digital arts now.
That's fire.
It's been like the past year I've gotten into. I bought an iPad and like the pencil. And so I've just been like teaching myself and just like falling in love with it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's tight. Yeah, I'm here for it. So I'm learning. I'm not gonna like boost myself right now, but talk to me next year. I'm gonna be
hell yeah.
The best.
Nah, that's fire. That's fire.
I think I'm tight. Again, add me on Instagram. All my stuff is on there. So, and then recently, actually, let me plug myself again.
Oh yeah.
I'm learning to tattoo. So again, I'm not gonna say I'm gonna tattoo you tonight, but once I get it down, yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Hell yeah, that's fire. Hell yeah, that's fucking legendary. You're doing fucking. That's dope.
I said, like, in all, I'm an artist, but I feel like I'm in rookie stage in everything that I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't like be like, this is what I do, but it is what I do.
Yeah.
So
have you ever with something like new hobby that you started, have you ever like started it and you felt like your beginning level was already like, you're like, this is solid, like this is nice?
Drawing. When I was young, like my foundation, I started my foundation in the arts was accelerated.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's why Miss Richards.
Shout out Miss Richards.
Yeah, she's great. She passed away.
R.I.P. Miss Richards.
She was tight. And I feel like she peeped like that. My foundation was solid, you know? Mm-hmm. So literally looking back, like all my life, I've always had it because I just always was doing that. And then she was always kind of right behind me, like without me knowing, like putting stuff in me, in front of me that I would be like, oh, this is cool too. Oh, yeah. This is cool too. And I'm just thinking like, I'm just doing whatever, some new activity. But now that I'm like building on what she taught me, it's like not everything she was putting in me, like I use it still today.
She's getting you those fundamentals.
Yeah, for sure. Ooh. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's why
you had a mentor
for real, and didn't
that's
know
fire.
Yeah, she passed away my 6th grade year, so that hurt.
Oh damn.
But yeah, she was domestic violence. So yeah, and I had no.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
For an art teacher,
man,
like you would never think like I don't know. Yeah. I'm sorry, but that's just.
She was different because
that's
like,
dope though.
She wanted her classroom to always be quiet, and like the little white kids, they would always like think she was mean. Like that was like the air that she was like the mean teacher, but for me, she was never the mean teacher. I knew what it was, and being black, you know, you can read the room. Like y'all are bad. On top of that, so she,
for real.
She's
like,
a little bit meaner to y'all. Y'all don't get it.
It's not even hard.
Yeah, but she was cool with like the kids that were cool. Mm-hmm. She was cool with, you know, and so I got to really know her. So everything made sense as to why she would want the room so quiet. Like she just really, and I just thought, you know, she wants you to focus on your art and like but really she just trying to like catch a break low key too. Like
I feel it because she got a lot going on at home. Yeah,
it's like on and popping. So. Yeah, she taught me a lot, and I feel like she definitely fuck with what I'm doing now.
That's fire. Hell yeah, that's good. That's just like leveling up.
For sure.
Hell yeah. No, that's fire because like I definitely remember I had like so I used to skateboard like back in the day, and I felt like at one time I had like a block. And it like I don't remember do I don't know, I think just like keeping skating but like being aware of it, and then I remember getting past it and I was just like and then you get to that point where it's just like, oh, I'm good. Like I could flex now, like put me in a room with people. Yeah, you gonna notice me. So that's dope. I congratulate that. That's fire.
Thank you. And I congratulate you.
Oh, thank you.
So are you still skating now or no?
I'm not skating now.
No. Why'd you stop?
So pretty much I was in Cali for like a week straight, and this is when I was like good, probably at the best of my performance. And I was like waking up 7 a.m. every morning, going to the Venice Park. It was right there. I could skate to it, and did that for a week straight. Got hella good. Came back to Vegas, bro. It was it was nice. It was nice, but I just got back to Vegas and was like, it's not the same right now.
Right. The vibe here is different.
Yeah.
You definitely have to be like self-motivated to thrive here.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know, it's cool because it like taught me like everything I know in like life. Because like I had a dad for cool, of course, like point in time, but then pretty much just like, you know, life goes on, people separate, stuff like that. And so like skateboarding, it was like, nah, you could fall but you get up, and then you see things that you're scared of one day and then you accomplish them the next. And it's like you could do anything.
Yeah, that gratification of like completing it. Yeah.
Hell yeah, that's just different.
For sure. Yeah, I definitely understand that.
Yeah, it's pretty life changing.
He smells food.
Hell yeah.
Well, all right. So chakras, where are you with that? Do you align your chakras, since you made the comment earlier? Is that you? Is that what you do?
Oh geez, I ain't that deep.
I don't. Yeah. I'm be honest. I'm not even gonna rep it. I don't.
I'm not that deep like that, but I be meditating sometimes, and the new thing I've been doing is like being aware of my thoughts and like in situations. Yeah.
Now that I'm into. Yeah, that's why I said.
I got you.
The spirituality. I am spiritual, but I feel like my idea of spirituality is like, I am into feeding my subconscious right now.
Okay.
I've been learning about it. Really, what got me into it was reading a book called The Power of the Subconscious Mind.
Okay.
Which is great. I 10 out of 10 recommend. It's not even a long read, so if you're like not,
I'm finna check that out.
And there's an audiobook, so that's how I got through it. So yeah, like
there's no reason. All right.
Yeah, no reason, and it's great. It basically tells you that it breaks down what like there's a thing called a pain body, and then your ego or your ego body, but you could just say ego. And then there's like you know what I mean? And and then your mind. So imagine all four of those entities. Okay. And it's basically like breaking down how all four of those in one body is like really hard. I feel and why people are naturally, if you don't feed your subconscious, you're inevitably going to be confused. And when you're confused, you're vulnerable and you're open to anything. And that's how you start falling and believing into like things that don't make sense. If you would have been actually feeding yourself substance, and then you could form your own opinion, even if it's different than theirs, it'd be one that's well thought out and like really truly how you feel, your perception, and not tainted by whatever else fed your subconscious to trick you into what you believe. You know what I mean?
I feel that.
So it breaks down like
that's deep.
Not just
that's keeping that focus and just like no outside sources. That's that like
like strictly who are you and what do you believe and why? You know what I mean? Like not you're getting your information from a first party, not second or third, you know, and differentiating like where am I really getting my news, or where am I getting what's going on? And news, and what is news to you? Because like that's honestly facts. News to me, like worldly news, I don't keep up with that. Same. It's too much. I don't.
At this point, like don't
call me desensitized or whatever it is, you know. And I still keep up in like, you know, I'm not gonna. When there's a tragedy, I still observe lives lost, and you know, I'm not like completely shut off to the world. Yeah. Because I do think shit is going down right now, and it's important that we pay attention.
Did you see the war that was going on?
See, like, no.
It was all over Twitter. I don't have Twitter, but I just saw some videos like people were actually getting blown up by missiles.
See,
like not even guns, like missiles. I was like, damn.
This is,
I don't know. It's just life right now.
Yeah.
Shout out America for being safe.
And I was gonna say that, and it's very American of me to decide that I'm just not gonna. I don't want to be aware, not aware because I'm still aware, but just like if I don't want to have my head, or if I want to have my head in the sand, I can. Yeah. You know, type of thing, and that's not good. This is me just admitting faults. You know what I mean? But it's a very American of us to even think that we can be so removed from it and pick and choose when we acknowledge it. When other people's lives, it's affected their entire, like they can't get away from it. Like they're done. Their parents are gone. Their home is gone. You know what I mean? They're just lucky to be alive. Like lives are completely changed. So I mean, there's nothing we can do about being American. We're born into this life, but it's just something that I acknowledge. Like, damn, like I'm blessed, you know?
Yeah, I feel that. I hella feel like one thing we gotta realize as people too, to a certain extent, is like everybody's life is different, and you can't compare no one's life to yours. Like, I understand stuff's going on over there, but I will truly never know what that feels like, because you know, unless it happens to us. So I mean, like, it's not wrong, like, and of course, like, a lot of negative things happen in the world, so there's nothing wrong with trying to focus on, you know, your crafts.
For sure. I feel like that's the safest place to be. Like, again, feeding your subconscious, like, that's the only thing. The only thing you can control is your reactions, and your reactions are based on your conscience, and your conscience is effective. It's basically your subconscious speaks through your conscience. You know, your conscious decisions reflect who you are in a who your subconscious is. So I definitely, it's a whole, like, I could go on and on about it for like hours, because I really feel like everything in this world is connected. Like, it's so crazy.
I feel that
once you get on it and you start seeing like how everything is connected, it's just like, it's sublime. Like, it's overwhelming. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. We'll never know. Yeah, we'll never know the whole truth. So that's why it's fun finding out more information about things, because it's just like you'll never be done learning.
I feel that. You'll always be a student.
Yeah, because we will never know as humans.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah.
Nah, that's fire. That's hella fire. Nah, that's super dope. I haven't had like a good conversation about that. Like in a cool little minute, because like I watched this video the other day on YouTube, and it was just like for making beats, but then he was like, check this out. I feel like you need to just like spend like 5 minutes a day and just like be conscious and aware, and it's been like improving my creativity a lot. Like I've been noticing it. It's super cool. Like more and more stuff's happening, just being focused.
Yeah. I feel like, again, when you're able to just focus on your mind or in yourself, and in the power of the subconscious mind, it also breaks down that like your mind is not a safe place. Like
I feel
even
that.
though you
want
to get to know your mind, like you have to control your mind, because if you get so into who am I, who's my mind, and you get so into your mind, that's when your ego body takes in.
Okay.
And like that's why I brought up
no, you all good. You all
that's
good.
why I brought up the ego mind, or the ego body and the pain body, because they basically like highlighted that your ego. So basically all evil within yourself, like all like your mind is now how do I break this down and make it like perfect? Sorry,
you good.
I'm a teacher, so this is why okay, so imagine again you're just you as one entity, and then there's another entity, and that's your mind.
Okay.
And two separate entities. You're trying to control your mind. Then there's a third entity, and it's your pain body. Your pain body is basically all the pain in your life. It's a think of it as an entity. You know, all the pain, whatever it is, and however you show it, whether you're naturally a sad person, an angry person, whatever it is, that's your pain body, however you deal with it, Your pain body can only live if you're in pain. You know what I mean? Like the more pain that you have, the bigger and the pain body wants to survive. So it's going to manifest itself in your mind.
That's deep. That's like cancer.
Yeah, it's literally a sickness. It's your pain body. Yeah.
That's crazy.
So it's attacking your mind. So even though you want to get to know your mind, you cannot live in your mind, because your pain body knows that. So your pain body is trying to survive. So it wants you to be painful. You know what I mean? It wants you to be in pain.
It's like the symbiote from Spider-Man, like Venom.
Yes,
it's just
I'm
here. I'm here and I'm holding on.
And your ego body lives the same way. So if, pain, there's pain that you will never be able to, like, you're always going to have a pain body. Like, your loved ones are going to pass away. You're going to go through things that you can't, that would happen to you regardless. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Out of your control.
Life.
So that your pain body is going to always live in a way, but like you said, it's a cancer, so it wants to grow. It's not going to be okay with just that. You know what I mean? Wow. So if it can plan itself and be like, your mom's gone, so now what are you going to do about life? What are you going to, you're not good enough to be by yourself. Now it's planting all these other seeds.
Yeah, making you scared.
That it's hoping
that
you're going to water, but you have to water those seeds in order for them to grow.
That's
you know
a
what I
fact.
mean? But if it can trick your mind into watering them, it's going to do it. It knows you. It's your mind. It's a disease in your mind. It's the craziest, like,
man, that's like, dude, that's crazy. That's tough. I never thought of that. I didn't even know that. That's awesome though. It makes sense though.
It makes perfect sense. So once you're aware of it, it's just more, it becomes so easy to feed your subconscious, because it's so simple. But because people don't know, they think it's, again, because your pain body and your ego body is like literally in your mind telling you all these like negative things that it's so slick that you don't even think that it's a negative voice in your head. You think it's just you thinking realistically.
Yeah.
When realistically, it's not real. You know what I mean?
I hate that. Like I've like, man, I know people that'll just say something negative, and I'm like, nah, only the best will happen. They're like, well, just in case, be ready. Yeah. I'm like, why just in case? If you love me, like, you should want the best.
Just believe in me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And again, it's their, I feel like that comes from a place of them thinking realistically, and then also, love. People want the best for you, but their perception of what the ideal might be different than yours. And they gotta also understand that, like,
No, I definitely feel. Yeah.
That's all different. That got too real.
I mean, I think a lot of like people are just stuck in their ways, and they were taught very wrong. Like I read in a book, you have to unlearn to relearn, because a lot of the stuff we were taught wasn't like taught right. So I feel like that's how it is with like a lot of like older generations, especially, and stuff. And I love them, but like there be some old people, everybody got them in their life, and you show them something, they're just like they just don't understand it.
Yeah.
And that's cool. Like people, and that's why I feel like a lot of like the older generation is like how it's going back to work and stuff like that. I feel like they're having a harder time like adapting with like society, and like you got to constantly evolve, but you're stuck in your ways. So that's when you see decline, I guess, just no progression.
Yeah, I think when it comes to like the generational differences, I agree with everything you said. First off, let me say that. I do agree. But if I were to try to explain it, my guess would be because we are a generation that was born during change.
Mm-hmm.
So change to us is like, why would you not be able to change? You know what I mean? But we literally were born during a transition. You know what I mean?
True.
So, and before that transition, like, everything was the same. You know, the biggest thing, or the biggest, you know, technological advance was like a car. Like, like, you know what I mean? Like,
I feel that.
And not even everybody had, you know, it kind of blew up, and it blew up quick. And I think because it was in our lifetime that we don't give credit to the idea of time and how quickly it really does move, and how fast that was. They saw that. They know, because it was out of nowhere. So they still looking at us like, I ain't doing that. I've done this for 95 years. Like, you've been around for 20, and you looking at me like, why can't you do this? Like, because this is how it's always been. And I think that we don't really have an idea. Looking in the past, like, I don't know, I have this theory that like the past isn't real, and neither is the future.
Oh shit.
Like, I know that we're diving back in.
Put that on a shirt too. That was deep.
But it's not, because like your and this goes back, I'm tying this back into like the old person's perception of their past is always going to be an idealized version, whatever their idea is. So like when a kid has problems with their parents, and then they grow up and they finally talk to their parents about why they had issues with their childhood, if they had a horrible childhood, their idea of their childhood, not taking anything away from the victim, but looking at this just clinically, their idea of the past might be not over dramatic, you know, we're not going that route, but just they remember the bad parts because that's part of their highlight reel. That's what made it, you know what I mean? So when they look back,
their highlight reel,
their highlight reel of their childhood is all bad. So when they look back, there's a filter of like bad childhood before they even look at their childhood.
I feel that.
When they look at happy memories, they're like, yeah, you know, they might share a happy memory, but then they'll in the back, you know, inside of them kind of be like, but I can't even enjoy that happy moment because, you know, X, Y, and Z happened literally a month later or whatever. You know, they're stuck in their pain body. You know what I mean? Their pain body is speaking for them. So it's like they can never just look back and enjoy whatever happened in the past, even though they really were happy in that moment, because they're looking in the past and they're so tainted by what happened before and after that moment, that's not even really how that moment really went. Not that those events didn't occur, but the emotion and the weight that you have attached to it, you didn't have attached to it then. It wasn't that big of a deal. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
No, I feel
like
that.
The past, and then the same for the future. So, like the idealized, those people that live for today and they do so much today, not live for today, but they do so much in today thinking I'm prepping for tomorrow. But it's an idealized version. Those planners that have like their whole life planned for the next like 50 years, you know, and it's like the future is not real. You have no clue. You might die tomorrow. The future is not real. It's
Anything
not
could happen.
real. That's not a real realm. That's not, you know what I mean? You don't know when you're going to die.
Yeah.
So just like the past isn't real, your idea of the past is gone. You'll never be able to relive it. And what you remember is tainted by your personality, your perception of it. You knew what happened after, what happened before. You know how the story goes. You'll never see that movie again for the first time. You know what I mean?
That's a fact. That's deep. Yeah, that was real. That was cool. I like that. Nah, you're right about that.
So the past it doesn't make sense to like kill yourself over it, because it's like what's done is done. You know, it's great to acknowledge it and to look back and enjoy that highlight reel. But like, as long as you know that it's not real.
Yeah,
anymore.
You can't go back
to it.
It's
not you anymore. That's not what it is anymore.
I feel like too, like with a lot of like older people, they be trying to live in the past.
Yes, yeah.
Like they be like, man, back in my time, and it's like, bro, what would you do recently? Like,
Their those happy highlight reels.
That's all they got.
Yeah.
Nah, that's crazy. That's
we never know
dope.
until we're old, and then we're looking back and we're like, damn, remember when we were in our 20s and. Yeah.
What we were doing.
It's some
all
good
the stuff
times. We
doing.
don't realize it now, but this is it's never going to get better than right now.
True.
You can think about that in a good way or a bad way.
Okay.
But like I guarantee if we get to our 50s, or if you have any 50-year-olds, like would you want to be 20 again just for a day? Like, would you want to go back to your 20s? They'd be like, fuck yeah. Like, why not? Like, you know, like,
that is true. You're right about
why not?
that.
This is, everybody wants to go back to their 20s, even just for one day, just
Yeah.
Relive it again. Like, we're always going to love this time in our life.
That is
good
true.
or bad.
That is true.
I mean, there's extreme cases, but speaking positively.
But there's beauty in everything.
Yeah, there's beauty in everything. So, yeah. Even if it's so you could go back and do something differently, you still would enjoy being in your 20s. And we're in our 20s, so
okay.
Live it up.
So what are you trying to have accomplished by 25?
Hopefully not hopefully. I will be done with school.
Nice.
I only have a year left, but I just need to do it.
I feel you.
You know, school's in 2 weeks, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to. I have to, but I don't want to.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have my degree, and I will be by 25. I will have at least lived abroad for a year.
Okay.
And that is happening for sure. So hopefully I'll be maybe back in the States by 25.
Okay.
And after that, I have no pressure on what I have accomplished by then outside of like school, because I want to be able to, after school is done, my options open up. So as in like, I won't be tied to, I always have to get something, you know, just less stress, you know what I mean? So I want that done. But after that, I've learned, I used to be that person that had everything planned out. And so it's just like, I've learned that like, that's a waste. Like, I just hope that I'm a better artist. Like, not hope, I will be a better artist.
Yes.
And be like, have an established platform for my art. Okay. Outside of that, I don't even have a vision for what my art's gonna look like. Like, I'm just excited to see what it is gonna be, you know? But like, I know I'll be an artist, and hopefully I have my own little, not following, but just like a platform to just like freely create and let people interpret it the way they want to interpret it.
Okay, know, I like that.
So, yeah.
That's fire.
An artist, a true artist, hopefully by then.
Nah, you got it. I know you got it. That's fire, though.
Yeah.
That's what I like.
Where do you want to be by 25?
Shoot.
That's right around the corner.
Honestly, I'm trying to be like dead ass, like retired to a certain extent, to where like, cause this isn't work to me, you know, like, so like just being able just to do this, like
your passion.
Yeah, just going hard, just having fun, getting booked for like appointments, just one day, you know, pull up to Levi's, do a photo shoot, get cashed out, boom, just like
a busybody.
Yeah, always on tour, something.
Yeah,
something.
Working, yeah, but like working for like good work, like not working like working.
And like I guess really to just a certain point of financial freedom.
Yeah.
Like I'm really big on just like having my money work for me and getting to the point where I could chill, like not chill too hard, but not the same stuff.
Stressing. Yeah, that survival mentality can go away.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, get rid of some of that pain body. But yeah, Power of the Subconscious Mind.
Power of the Subconscious Mind.
Like it, please read it, everybody. I 10 out of 10 recommend, because it just, that awareness like takes you to the next. It's just all of a sudden reading things becomes so much easier. Like just interpreting like the things that I used to deem like very cliche, like those, you know, like people, I don't know, just like cliche positivity. I feel
it. Some shit that's just like, that's lame,
like,
bro.
Like, yeah, like, and you know, like I would be like, good for you, but it's just like, all right, like,
you
know, but once you kind of are aware of what's really going on, it's like, that stuff might still be cliche, because some people are over the top. I'm not going to speak for all
some
that,
people are.
Yeah, but you start to like understand why people like the whole idea of manifest. Like I hated the idea of like, the idea was cool to me. I hated what Twitter did to the word manifest,
bro.
And like the
Twitter's
word, even now I cringe because it's just so overused and like just thrown at anything. Manifested, man. Like, it's like, do you really understand like what manifesting is? Because it is real.
Yeah.
But it's like, do you feed your subconscious enough to really manifest something? Because you've manifested a lot in your life, but just because you threw out on Twitter like, I manifest this man, or like $100 in my bank account, or whatever, you know, Twitter be talking about like this stupid stuff. But it's like, Twitter's super like, it's horrible for your subconscious. If you really want to manifest something, Twitter is not what you want to be. And I'm like, Twitter, like Twitter, bro. You don't want to manifest anything from Twitter. Like that's horrible. That's such a worldly. Like, why would you want to do that? So I'm so here for the idea of manifest, but I will never like, I try not to ever use that word, because I feel like now our generational interpretation of it is something that I do not stand by. And I hate overused stuff.
I feel
but that goes back to me being, I was, even as a kid, super cynical, very like glass half empty. Like I was super like Daria.
Thinking
like,
outside the
box.
Yeah.
My mom used to always tell me like, you are I gave birth to Daria. Like this is horrible. Like I was just super like, I would say realistic, but other people might say like not negative because I was still a happy person, but I was very realistic and just I would never get my hopes up for shit.
You was smart
stuff. Yeah.
You was an aware.
And
aware,
you know,
smart kid.
So now that's why things to me would come off cliche when people be like, oh, you know, I don't even know why I can't think of it because I was so off of put by it.
Yeah.
But like just regular stuff that is probably how somebody else is just showing their happiness to me would be like, okay, like, you know, I'm not gonna kill your rainbow, but it's not coming over here. Like, you know? it
ain't like that over here. Just to let you know, but you could try.
Mm-hmm.
No, I definitely do feel that.
So transitioning from like that to like understanding subconscious, and that just reflected really what I was feeding my subconscious. That's why I was like that. You know what I mean? On top of like, again, my own pain body, you know, also like withholding or telling me that I shouldn't be happy, you know, taking happiness that really was right in front of me in my present day. I would never enjoy happiness to its full extent just because I wanted to protect myself from, well, when this happiness goes away. You know what I mean? So
that's deep.
Happy.
I know.
Yeah.
I know that.
It's going to suck when it goes away. So I'm not going to take myself up that hill to go down that far, you know?
But I mean, you got to ride the roller coaster.
You got to ride the roller. Yeah, that's what I learned. So now we're better. But when I was a kid, like my mom would have conversations with me all the time, like, and she'll tell me now that when we talk about my childhood, like, I remember when you told me like straight up, like, I never want to be happy because like I hate disappointing myself, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and I was just naturally just like glass half empty when it came to myself, but I was super happy for other people. Like I was not a, you know, like horrible emo. I was very happy, but for other people, I found my joy through other people, and I would put other people before me. But I never would enjoy my own happiness ever. You
that's
know?
self-love.
So, that's self-love. I started feeding my subconscious and realized like when everybody goes away, because they're gonna go away.
Hell yeah.
Like what are you gonna do? What are you left with? You gotta feed yourself. So then I started feeding myself, and then it started to make sense why people were saying these cliche things, these things that I thought were so cliche. I almost started saying them myself, almost like.
I feel you.
Yeah, it's important to feed, or you were starved, and then your body will start feeding on itself, like your stomach eats itself. You know what I mean? And then,
that's a fact.
And now you're full of it. Now your ego body's huge because, you're feeding on your own mind. So now all you think about is yourself. You know?
Yeah.
Too much in yourself.
I had a moment in life that happened to me like that. Definitely. I don't know. Shout out for evolution, evolving.
Yeah.
Because like, man, just like having this conversation, like I'm like hella reflecting. And I was like, damn, I used to be a different person, and like all these things that like it's cool because like how I'm able to compare them and you know like see myself, and I'm just like, oh yeah, my pain body was probably hella full right there. I was tripping like.
He was big and huge, very meaty. Yeah, and it's cool as long as you can look at it clinically and not look at yourself, and then again acknowledging the past and acknowledging that the past isn't real. You know, looking back at yourself, not being too hard on yourself because you see the, you know, what you could have done better. You know, like it's good to reflect, but don't get stuck in it. Yeah, or not even stuck in it because, well, don't get stuck in it. But
don't get stuck in it.
Don't get stuck in it. But at the same time, what I'm trying to say is, don't get so caught up in comparing versions of yourself to yourself. Yeah. I guess you get stuck in it. But
okay, I think
like don't, again, because the past isn't real and you're looking at how much better you could have been. That you don't
the what ifs. The what ifs.
Yeah. That you forget how good that version of yourself still was, you know, because now you're looking at it as, I could have been so much better.
Hell yeah.
You know, and it's like, which is great. We all see where we could have been better.
Yeah.
It's motivation, but just don't get so stuck, like you said, stuck on comparing versions of yourself to yourself. Because, like, again, the past isn't real.
Yeah, it's already gone.
Yeah.
It already left.
It's done. And so you're just remembering.
Look at that, past 30. Oh, it's already gone. Nah.
For real?
No, I definitely feel that. I think as people, it's propaganda and, like, subconsciously fed to always consistently compare ourselves to one another. I think that's a super huge thing, just like spending money. Like, I cannot tell you growing up how many infomercials I saw, and it was just all like, for 2 payments of, $29.95. But what that does, it makes you want to spend money when you get older and you start getting it. Like, it's like you see it everywhere. You're going to become a product of your environment.
Yeah, the consumer mentality.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we're influenced and groomed. Like, and commercials aren't anything new, even though our version of technology is very like new, but commercials have been around probably as long as TV. Before then, radio, they were
that's
advertising thing. The consumer mentality has been here.
Mm-hmm.
That's how, and that goes into another conversation, but that's how there's a macro culture and a micro culture.
Okay.
Because one person saw one culture saw that, like, yeah, we can use this mentality and monopolize it and use it to our advantage. You know what I mean? They understood the consumer mentality, and well, who's going to be the consumer? Because somebody's got to eat it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's leaders and followers.
Right. So with that, I feel like being branded and feeding our subconscious through radio. At the time back then, before TV, was radio, which I think might be a little bit stronger because we don't really see the power in audio. Is very powerful. Hearing,
that is true.
That's very powerful. That's all. And when you look at hypnosis, like, it's not visual. They might, if that's even real.
Yeah.
But really, it's what she's saying to you or what he's saying to you, whatever. Audio
at the vibration.
is super powerful. Yeah. So I feel like
that's deep.
With the visual component, like with TV being introduced, but the TV and the audio, just hearing, your subconscious listens to everything everything that we're doing right now. Our subconscious is listening and it's taking note. You know what I mean? And so hearing a commercial over and over and over and over, these people nowadays, like, that are playing these commercials like that all the time, like, they know what they're doing when they bought those many time slots at that strategic. It's all strategized. Like,
oh, hell yeah.
They're speaking to your subconscious. So then when you go into the store, you naturally think Clorox. You're not
Lucky Charms.
Why do you think Clorox? Yeah, like, but you've seen that commercial, you've heard it over and over and over, to where when you do need it, that's kind of like what you naturally
your go-to
towards without you even realizing it. Lawyers with their catchy songs, so that when you do need a lawyer, you don't need it today, but if I ever did, I know Glenn Lerner's number. You know what I mean?
Same.
Like,
nah, for real. Like, bro.
It's speaking to your it's your sub. They're not talking to you. They're talking to your subconscious. And that's scary.
Yeah.
That somebody knows that if they use this box and they put it in front of you, and all they got to do is flash this in front of you 5 times in a row. And we've spoken to your subconscious. It's not going to go the first time. They know it's not going to go the first time. But all we got to do is do it 5 times in a row. In this 2-minute crunch period. That's a lot. That's a lot of stimulation.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hell
that's scary.
Yeah, that is.
That's why it's important to feed your subconscious, because if you're not, they are. And they do it from when you're an infant. Commercials in between. Facts. But in between,
Facts.
Cartoons,
even on YouTube,
even the cartoons themselves.
Bro,
look
the cartoons themselves.
The writers on,
bro, you want to get into a conversation, bro?
That's deep. You want to know why we are why our generation is the way we are?
Why?
Our cartoons.
That's a fact.
Our cartoons.
Hell yeah, we was Edna and Nettie getting money, trying to get these jawbreakers.
Yes. It spoke to our subconscious, all of them. The sitcoms, all that.
Yeah,
which is like so crazy. I think that's so cool just to look back at how everything is tied together.
Every action has a reaction.
Everything, yes.
That's like my thing.
That's so real. Cause and effect, yes.
Exactly. No, that's a fact. Damn, that's fucking heavy. Jesus Christ!
I told you. Were we recording when I have depth? I can go there. With your trick question.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are in the deep end. There was no trick questions. Quit playing with me.
That was funny. Your tester question. The question that wasn't a real question. But I could have answered it.
Oh, shit. My bad. But I never did get to know, where are you from?
Okay. So I was born in, I guess technically Reno, Tahoe area, Washoe County. That's what it says on my driver's license, but the hospital was in Reno, Tahoe area. And I then moved to Sacramento for like a year.
What part?
A baby. Oak Park.
Oak Park. Hey. Shout out Oak Park. Shout out Mozzie. Shout out Coney. Hell yeah.
Yeah. So, Yeah, that's where my dad's from. So after, like, my parents met my dad was in college. He was playing ball at UNR, Reno, and then my mom was already out there. And then they got pregnant, and then when my dad finished playing ball, they moved back with my dad's people and out there, and then my dad got a job out here. So then we moved out here when I was like young. So I was definitely raised in Vegas, but I would kind of had a little tiny life as an infant, like doing other
just
stuff.
living, doing infant stuff,
crawling around. I've crawled around some other places, but I was raised here in North Las Vegas.
Hell yeah.
And so nothing special, but I'm here.
That's pretty dope. Yeah, I've been to Reno like once. I was like, this is different.
Yeah, it's racist.
Yeah.
I don't have a fond liking for Reno, but I love Tahoe. It's peaceful, and up there, I've never run into any bad. I'm sure there are racists up there, but when I'm there,
it'd be
all
good.